Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, June 30th. It is 6:21 right now. The market's going to open in about 9 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick. Then we can get started with our session for this morning. So a few things here to update. It's good for the most part. I think we do have a sell bias today, so I'll double check on that as well. It's good. One last thing here to update, and I think we should be good to go. All right, solid. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, solid. Biden speaking today. All right, so as people join the room, I'm going to go ahead and mark up the areas of liquidity real quick. All right, so there goes the the 1 hour time frame. 30-minute. $15-minute. $10-minute. 5-minute. And the 1-minute. All right, solid. So there goes the areas of liquidity right there on the shorter time frames. Looks like there's a lot of liquidity on both sides. For the most part, there's a lot on top because price has been dropping during Asia. Asia and London. But I think price is going to continue dropping. So let's see who's here in the room. Morning, Rashida. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Eduardo. Morning, Marlon. Morning, Ruin. Morning, Surin. Morning, Flenme. Morning, Pat. Morning, Vince. Morning, Patricia. Morning, Lisa. Thanks, Kenny, for sending me that link. Looks like Biden is speaking today. So we'll take a look at that shortly. But right now, currently, we'll take a look at the overall sentiment. Sentiment is currently 59% long. So it's indicating that 59% of retail traders are currently buying. So we will be looking to possibly sell overall today. Looking over at the fundamentals right now, they're currently down 352 points. So everything is aligning for a sell this morning. So we're definitely looking for sells. Overall bias is a sell. As you guys can see right here, price is pushing up slightly, probably going to anticipate another drop, as price continues to push along. So we'll see where this goes. But other than that, obviously we'll be looking for a sell here. So we'll see where we go from there. Morning, Maria. Morning, Kurt. Morning, Fahad. Morning, everybody. So we'll see where this goes. Other than that, let's take a look at the news real quick. So today is Thursday, June 30th. We had news at 5:30 for PCE, negative, unemployment claims, neutral, personal income, personal spending, negative. More news at 6:45, Chicago PMI. And then at 7:30, we have natural gas storage. So we had news at 5:30, 6:45, and 7:30. So I'll mark up news price real quick, 5:30. It's right there. It is aligned with that sessions. So I like it when it's aligned with the sessions because we can just ignore it for both reasons. 6:45 and 7:30 are the next news events. 6:45 and 7:30 right there. Right. So I think that's about it for right now. I'm going to take this off right here. As you can see, price is dropping in the direction of our bias. It's getting close to opening time, which is going to be 6:30. So I wouldn't necessarily enter anything just yet. I kind of want price to be manipulated. I want price to get pushed up quite a bit. So I want price to actually push up, hit the liquidity up here so that I can possibly ride it back to open. Because I want the manipulation to the upside since you know the overall bias is going to be a sell, right? So I wanted to push up as much as possible on open. And then we'll have a good level playing ground when identifying where our sells will be coming in from. So that's kind of what I want. I want people to get suckered into the buys and then price will just jump right back down. Yeah, Kevin said, funny how the news was negative, but the news candle was a huge green candle. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I do not trade news at all, right? So the news candle right here at 5:30 was a huge green candle. And then you can see that it kind of suckered people into these buys before it came right back down. It was negative news, so it was going to come back down eventually. And there goes the correction. You can see the big push to the upside and then correction right back down below, fake out, came back up, and then now it's coming right back down for correction again. So I actually want price to be manipulated. That's going to be in our favor. So I want all this here to get knocked out, and then we can probably ride that thing back down to opening price. This is a situation where we actually are welcoming manipulation because it's going to work out in our favor. Morning, Dave. Morning, Miles. Ruin said that I read that the S&P is off to the worst half since 1970. Thanks, Joey. Yeah, no, definitely. It is. I've seen an article like that too on CNBC a while back. It is doing pretty bad. So, all right, guys, market is going to open shortly in about 20 seconds. I'm going to put the requirements here for the breakout. We do have a sell momentum right here. So we'll be looking for a strong sell signal for this breakout. However, one thing that you want to keep in mind is that it's really close to the sessions right here. So even if we do get a breakout for a sell, we might have to be a bit careful because of the sessions right there. I would need it to push, pretty far below before taking the trade. But as I mentioned, I do want price to push up. I prefer it to be pushed up. You can see there's an area of liquidity right here as well. So market is now open, guys. Let's see where it pushes from here. I wanted to push it quite a bit, and I want to come back down. If not, this might be the breakout here. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. I want price to push up like that. If we get a breakout for a buy, I'm probably not going to take it, obviously, for the obvious reasons. But this is the manipulated push to the upside that I was looking for. So price rejects off this point. I think price may be dropping a little bit. Price might be coming back down. If you guys remember that strategy I showed you guys yesterday, that little pattern, price is possibly going to come down a little bit if it rejects off that high right there. Probably catch like a little move there if possible, or if you wanted to. Well, we'll see where it goes from there. See how far it dropped from that point, because it typically drops at least 100 pips. And I actually took that right there. So I did what I've been telling you guys about. So when price did close right here and it whipped off that high right there, typically price drops at least 100 pips. That's basically what I did. I took it for a 100 pip push right there, and I locked in a quick little speculative move. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, rewatch the live session from yesterday. Basically, I've been seeing these patterns where, oh God, this is gonna be huge. So this might be the breakout right here, but it's so big of a candle that I don't think I'm going to take it. I really wanted to, but I took a speculative 100 pip sell right here as well. And I'll talk about that shortly once this closes. This wick here is too big. Okay, so what I was just talking about, guys, where I took the 100 pip little push right here, was basically this is a pattern that I see typically when you have a high that's established. If price comes up and it wicks off that high, it'll typically push down at least 100 pips. Here it pushed down quite a bit more. So there's a breakout right there, guys. Unfortunately, it's too big of a candle. I didn't feel comfortable about taking it, but that was the breakout right there that we were looking for. And it looks like it's going to hit full TP, but I'm not going to chase it. It's just way too overextended. This candle here is too big. There's a lot of room for manipulation right here. But this is the breakout as discussed. Oh, man. I was hoping to catch maybe the last push right here, but I don't want to FOMO into it. So I'm not going to FOMO into this breakout here. And there you go, full TP. So if you guys caught it, great. If not, it's okay. This was just too risky of a move. This candle was just way too big. Nice. Akil looks like he took it. Nice. Congrats to Akil. Akil said, yes, took it. I'm funded. Nice work. So Akil and the group just got funded. Our bias here is still for a sell. So as you guys can see, if you had a bias here and you're only looking for a sell, you would have already anticipated this drop to happen. It's just a little too risky for me to take this right here because this candle here was just way too big. I was worried it was going to retrace up a little bit, maybe stop me out before coming back down. But it didn't, and it came straight down. So if you guys took it, great work. If you guys want to send in your profits, great. I will send in my profits as well. So I will post this up shortly just to give you guys the update that the breakout did hit. I know some of you guys want to document this and just remember which days breakouts hit and which breakouts don't. This one right here, it met all of the requirements. The only thing that was risky about it was the fact that the candle there was just too big. Typically when the market's moving kind of crazy like this, I don't want to take any unnecessary risk, obviously. See, trading view is frozen. I'm at trading view. Telegram. Weird. Nice. Vince took it too. Great. Yeah, if you guys want to send in your profits, go ahead and send them in. Otherwise, trying to get on Telegram. For some reason, it's not connecting. Oh, it's weird. I have to restart my Telegram. For some reason, it's not connecting. There we go. Yeah, Maddie said these candles are huge. Yeah, you guys want to be a bit careful because although it is moving in our direction, if your stop loss is too tight, you're likely to get caught in some nasty entries. I mean, like some nasty retracement right there. What the fuck? Dude, there's some crazy slippage. I don't know what happened, but I'm looking at my copy right now. For some reason, I don't know what's going on with MFF, guys. Like, they've been kind of weird lately. So my FTMO locked in profit. I'll show you my profits for my FTMO. But I actually have a loss on my MFF, which is so weird. So let me just screenshot this. I don't know if any of you guys had that issue, but I had. Yeah, MFF has been weird lately. Same with Manny. So I actually ate a loss on my MFF for some reason. There was slippage though, so I'll show you. show you guys that. There was slippage, but I don't understand why did I take loss, because the price did drop further and never came back into drawdown. It was literally down the whole time. Man, this is annoying. MFF is kind of starting to, it's becoming unreliable. I have to message them about this. So there was some slippage for my on my FTMO copier, but it was still in profit. It wasn't like that far down. All right, let me see. Yeah, Akil said, thank you so much, Sean, for your analysis. I'm so happy. Yeah, definitely, Akil, I'm glad for you. Finally funded on that account. So let me check this real quick. Okay, so I don't know what happened here, but I will show you guys. Yeah, same for Milzon too. He said that there's an issue with his MFF as well. So I don't know what happened here, guys, but here's my main account. You can see as a green strip, full TP 1,590, full TP right there. My FTMO copier made 790. It was kind of close to it, but it wasn't. There's some slippage there. Typically, it's supposed to be around 1,000. So this was some slippage too. But this is where it kind of threw me off. My MFF had a loss. Same exact trade. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like the execution times were off, but yeah, I'm not sure. It's a huge difference. I don't think it's necessarily the copier, Tody. It's the actual broker, because this is on my copier too. It shouldn't be this much of a difference. The main difference between them, it could be the spread, or it could be so one thing could be the spread, and the second time could be the execution times. So it's not the copier, it's probably the broker, because when you're entering the trade, the spread's probably wider on MFF. I don't know what the spread is like because I don't have MFF on my main screen. It's FTMO. The spread on FTMO is 110. So let's see. Yeah, so it's probably the spread. Tony said the spread is 140 on this here. Patricia said, Sean, trust me, you can't copy more than 3 accounts at a time. Yeah, I know. I'm starting to notice that. Yeah, I didn't have this issue before though. Before there was never an issue, but lately it's just been, I mean, I don't know. I might have to just ask, I'm gonna have to ask MFF to merge a couple of my accounts. Or maybe I'll merge them into 2 separate accounts. Maybe I think they have a 300K account. So maybe I can merge them into 2 separate 300K accounts at some point, because I can't keep eating these unnecessary losses. It's just going to keep stacking. It's not a bad loss, but it's still a loss, you know? So we'll see where that goes from there. But I don't know, MFF starting to piss me off, because they weren't doing it. It wasn't happening before. But whatever, it is what it is. Can't really complain about it. I've made my money with them. So as long as my account doesn't end up getting violated or anything like that, it should be fine. All right, so other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Kwaku said, "Don't blame me, man." Yeah, I know, it's annoying, because that's what happened yesterday too. If you guys saw my profits from yesterday, so yesterday it was the same thing. So I had wins on all my accounts right here, right? These are my FTMO, literally all wins. Copier, all wins. One of my MFFs had a small loss, My other MFF had a small loss as well. And then my third MFF, no loss. So I just don't get it. It's weird how it's moving, but whatever. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. So slippage on my all right, so I will just put this over here. Yeah, if anything, I'm just gonna have to probably just message them and ask them to either merge my accounts into 2 accounts, or I don't think I feel comfortable with doing a full 600K account yet. That's a big difference between the 200K. So I'll have to talk to them, try to figure that out. Or I don't know, maybe it's just the market conditions. The market's just too volatile today, because it was like that yesterday too. All right, anyways, back to the charts, guys. There's nothing for us to take at the moment. I'm still looking for price to retrace up a bit so that we can continue riding it. As you guys can see right here, it's still dropping. It's dropping in the direction of our bias. This is why you guys want a bias in the market, so that you guys know exactly where to trade. Going over here to the 10-minute. This would not be the daily, Kurt. So we've discussed this before, Kurt. You guys gotta make sure that you guys are paying attention when I go over the requirements here. The requirements for the 10, like I explained this yesterday, Kurt. I'm not sure if you were paying attention yesterday when you said the same thing. You're looking for an entry after 6:30. So you're not looking on 6:30, you're looking after 6:30, right? Look for entry after 6:30 or after New York Stock Exchange open 6:30. So you have to wait for this candle to close, because you can't count 6:30 until it's closed, right? So this would not be the breakout, right? Or not the daily entry. So you'd have to wait for the next candle, but the next one wouldn't be an entry for us because we're not looking for a buy here. Yeah, Mace, you're fine. I'm just talking to Kurt because Kurt keeps saying this, but I keep reminding him that there's no daily right there. For the breakout, you can take the first candle, Eduardo. It's just for the daily, because the daily is you don't want the first candle, because the first candle is usually a manipulated candle. That's why you can see right here, prices now retracing back to the upside. It's just for the daily strategy. For the breakout, you don't mind like which candle, because it's a 1-minute candle, right? So you're not like you actually are okay with taking the manipulated push, because typically the manipulated push is at least 500 pips. So like, for example, here for the breakout at 6:30, you want to take it because you want to take that 500 pips in whatever direction it's pushing. You just don't want to get caught in the retracement. This is why you don't want to take it on the 10-minute, because it could drop for 10 minutes and then, you know, right after it can just retrace back up. So that's why you don't want to take it on the higher time frames, because you would have missed the move already at that point if you're waiting for that first candle to close. Anyways, let me mark up the opening candle right here, which is 6:30. And let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Kodi said, Sean, did you ever had scaling of some account? No, I haven't. So what happened last year was I got close to the scaling point, but then I had an incident because I traded during news and it violated the account. I don't think you were around that time, Tody, but last year I forgot how many months, it's like 6 months that you have to be profitable. I ended up trading during a holiday. I didn't realize that if you trade during a holiday, it's considered a weekend. So I traded during, I just got FOMO one day on a Monday holiday. And then I violated the account. So I had to restart my account, like do a new challenge and stuff. So I just never got around to scaling. I should be able to scale now. They just never really reached out to me. I think I might have to reach out to them and ask them to scale it. I don't know if it's automatic. I might have to reach out to them. But no, I haven't scaled it yet. That's a good question. I should ask them about that. MFF is 4 months. Yeah, the MFF. And one thing what happened too is when I tried to scale it, when you merge the accounts, it resets the timeline. So I had merged my accounts at one point, and then it reset the timeline. So I couldn't. It's like the date from when those accounts got started, not when you first start trading with them. So I couldn't do it at that point. I haven't tried MFF yet though. Well, hopefully MFF doesn't keep having issues, because it keeps having these issues. I might have a problem with being able to scale it, but we'll see. I mean, well, time will tell if I have any more issues with MFF, but overall, they've been a great funding company aside from FTMO. So some profits over here as well. So you guys saw my profits here. I locked in 1,590 off this account, 790 off this account. My MFFs, I don't know what happened, but I have a loss on those. Should have been wins. Going over here, we have Kenny over here with a total profit of 717, 657 total profit of 1,374. So nice work right there, Kenny. Tasha over here, total profit of 701 for the day. Nice work, Tasha. Frazier over here locked in a total profit of 1,006. Nice work, Frazier. His practice demo account, that's good. Yeah, my account's right here, 1,590. Second account, 790. Dell over here sent in his profits as well, locked in a total profit of 389. Nice work, Dell. CERN over here sent in his profits, locked in a total profit of 920. Nice work, CERN. Vincent over here as well. Vincent locked in a total, Vincent said, it's really annoying how I do well on my demo, fail on my challenges. He locked in a total profit of 5,368. Nice work, Vincent. I know it happens with everybody. I don't know, like why that happened. Well, no, I know it happens because your mindset's different. Typically when people trade on the demo, they don't really care, right? So you kind of just take the trades and you don't worry about it. So that might be the case. It might be your trade psychology, Vincent, but it happens with everybody. You're not the only one that has the same issue. Eduardo said, I passed 5 demos in a row and lost 4 challenges right after. I know it's a trade psychology, messes with people because you start to worry a lot more on the actual account. Charles over here locked in 172. Nice work, Charles. Patricia over here as well, locking a total profit of 3,517. Nice work, Patricia. Milzon over here, he said, so first account 260, nice profit right there. Milzon, second account 242, great work off that, your other FTMO. And then your MFF or your other FTMO over here, 142. So nice work right there, Milzon. Great profits all around. He said MFF stole some profit, should be 1K, not even close. Okay, so this is MFF right here, his main account. He was supposed to lock in 1,000. He only locked in 260. So he got some slippage there as well. So he technically, I mean, that's a big pullback right there. Milzon. It's all good though. Hugo over here as well. Hugo locked in a total profit of 5,271. Nice work. It looks like he rode the breakout to the full TP. Nice. Great work, Hugo. And I think that's it for right now. Akil over here locked in 306. Nice work, Akil. He got funded on his FTMO. So big congrats to Akil over there for taking that trade and getting funded. We have a possible, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this wouldn't be a high-low scalp. It's only 4 candles. Yeah, you need about 5. So this is not a high-low scalp. However, it may be a pivot scalp, but it doesn't look like it's going to be. Possibly pivot scalp here. However, it looks like it may be a bit risky to enter in. Oh, it's too late. So it closed immediately, this was a pivot scalp that I was drawing up right here. If you guys caught it, I mean, great. I wasn't able to catch it. It literally hit TP and then it spiked back up. So I was saying it was kind of risky. Yeah, that's not going to count as a trade, but I just wanted to mark it up for you guys. So don't enter it now, guys. It's too late. If you didn't enter it and hit your TP, then it's too late. You can see how it spiked back up. But that was a pivot scalp entry right there. It was a sell signal below the pivots. It pushed right down to its TP. Now it created liquidity down here, which is good. So now there's liquidity sitting right here. Yeah, which is perfect. That's what we want. We want it to create liquidity. So I think, so when I draw these high lows, guys, I'm going to try to change my terminology so you guys don't get confused. I'm just going to call these high lows when I'm drawing the lines. If there's double lines near each other, then I'm going to call those liquidity. I'm not going to call this liquidity anymore because I don't want you guys to be confused. This is going to be called just the high lows, you know, the highs, lows, etc. And then this is going to be called liquidity. In order for this liquidity to be established, we need about like 3 or 4, maybe 5 candles to pass so that this low here will be established. If it's not established, it'll just push price lower and create an even lower area of liquidity. So we want it to push up a little bit before it comes back down. All right, so let's see what else I missed here. If I missed anything else on the chat. So Kwaku over here as well, locked into nice profit, 92 profit right here. He sold NASDAQ, nice work there, Kwaku. So solid work right there. I'm not sure if you're using the indicators on NASDAQ, but I've seen a lot of people using it and it works pretty well on there too. So this right here would not be considered the area of liquidity. As you guys can see, you need a few candles to pass for it to be established. This is fine because now it's created a lower level of liquidity. So you need at least 4 or 5 candles to pass in order for it to establish. You guys can see right here that these highs don't get established until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, about like 5 or 6 candles have passed. So it's just creating a little more liquidity right here. Yeah, Kodi said the pivot scalp would not hit on MFF on 100%. Yeah, no, and I agree because your spread's wider on there. Yeah, it would have been impossible to take out an MFF. So you guys want to be a bit careful with MFF, especially with you know, the spread being a lot wider. I don't know if they just if that's new, because I didn't have issues with MFF last week, but this week, you know, it's been pretty prevalent. It's been kind of annoying. All right, liquidity's got pushed down even lower. There we go. Price drops even further. So price did not retrace right there as we wanted it to. Now it's just dropping even further from this point. Let me scroll up a little bit and see if I missed anything. Gotcha, Patricia. Yeah, if anything, I might have to switch my my MFF as my main account, but I don't want that to affect my FTMO because it's going to. I still prefer FTMO over the others. Yeah, Charles said, I don't know how you even took that L. It's weird. I swear price just went straight down. Yeah, I know exactly. Same for myself with the MFF counts. It's all good. Yeah, Kevin said it's because you traded the demo with no emotions. Yeah, and that's how you're supposed to trade it typically. Let's see, Mace is asking levels 30,522 and 30,504. My bad, Mace. I totally missed your question there. I think you were talking about this one right here, right? So this one and that other level that you were talking about earlier, I think it's, yeah, it would have been too spread out. This level right here and this level right here would have been too spread out. They need to be a lot closer to be considered an area of liquidity. All right, let me scroll down further. Kurt said, really starting to trust bias, LOL. I took a sell just off the bias because it was negative 500 points. I mean, that should have been the first thing you start trusting Kurt. That's why it's the first step in everything that you apply. But the bias is always going to be number one, guys. If you guys don't have an overall bias, you can't take any trades, right? So this is why on Monday and Tuesday, there was no overall bias. We didn't really take any trades. But then as we got closer to the middle of the week, there started to be a bias, right? When that bias started to pick up, you can see how easy it is to take trades. Looking over here at retail sentiment, it is currently 59% long. Fundamentals here are down 582 points. The heat map is probably all red. Yeah, it's literally all red right now. So this is why you wait for a bias, right? A lot of you guys get impatient. You want to take trades all the time. If you wait for a bias like you did today and you just take whatever sells, I mean, it's almost guaranteed to win. So this is why we wait for the bias. For you, those of you who are patient and able to wait for the bias, like I mentioned, and as I try to tell you guys will have a better experience trading because it's almost guaranteed to come back down. Like even if you got in at a bad entry and you're trying to, that's what I'm waiting for right here. I'm waiting for price to retrace up so that when it comes back down, I have like almost a guaranteed win, right? So that's basically what I'm looking for here. And that's why we wait for a bias. So Kurt, I'm glad that it's starting to finally make sense to you. It should have been the first thing that made sense to you because that's all that we look for pretty much, during any of these live sessions. That's always going to be the first thing we look for. So, I mean, it takes longer for some people to get it. It takes quicker for others to get it, but it's really, it's not rocket science, right? You're literally just looking at certain things to confirm the bias, and that will help you understand. So let's see, other than that, nice Maddie cut the drop. Casey said chart is also at the sessions line on the 4 hour. Gotcha, good to know. Nice, yeah, Kurt said, yeah, it's making sense. I understand now, and I caught over 1,000 pips. Nice word. Yeah, that's solid, Kurt. That's how it's supposed to be. So I'm glad that you're starting to pick it up and you're starting to listen now. Because I think that was probably one of your biggest problems. You weren't good at listening, and you ended up doing your own thing most of the time. So now that you're following directions, you're starting to see the benefits of following directions and paying attention, right? So just keep it up, Kurt, and always look for the bias. That's always going to be number one for you. So other than that, we have a range building up right here, which is perfectly fine. This is what we want. We want a range to build up right here so that we can see it come around. Yeah, Maddie said bias is king. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, Kurt said, yes. Also, I'm also trading less. 104 trades a day. That's it. Before I was trading crazy. Yeah, and I agree too. You were trading kind of crazy. You're taking like 20 trades a day and then losing all of them. Now you're taking like 4 trades and you're doing good, which is a huge change. All right, we have a possible V3 here that is pending. Thanks, Charles, for confirming that. So we'll see how this closes here. All right. So this is a V3 right here. I got in a little early. It's dropping down. So I got in a little earlier. My entry point was a little higher above this point right here. Let's see where it pulls me out to. I'm gonna keep watching it. If anything, I might move my stop loss and profit if it starts to move kind of funny. But we'll see. What time is it? 7 o'clock. I don't think we have news right now, do we? The news was at 6:45. It was negative. That's what we were expecting. Natural gas storage at 7:30. That's it for the news right now. So let's see. The problem with price right now is that it's kind of ranging a bit. So I want to be a bit careful with these entries. I don't really want to trade when market is ranging. I typically want to trade when price is moving directional. So let's see where it goes from here. Kurt said, really strong trust bias. Yeah, so you can't just take random trades. That's the thing. So Frazier here said, I don't think you can say it was 100% the reason you landed the trade. Be careful. Yeah, the thing with this right here is that you kind of took a trade for no reason, right? Kurt, you kind of just took it because the bias was to sell, right? So price is dropping a bit lower. I may even be moving my stop loss and profit right here, guys. Unless it hits my TP before it does. It's getting close to my TP already, actually. So I'm watching it right here on mine. Oh, fuck, I accidentally closed it. So I was trying to move my stop loss and profit, guys. I accidentally closed my position. It's okay. I still locked in the profit off. I locked in 1,990. If you guys want to move your stop loss and profit, feel free. I'm already out of the position, fortunately. If you guys want to just close out, feel free. But I closed it too early. I was trying to move it in profit, and then I was also reading the messages here, and then I ended up getting kicked out of the trade too early. It's all good. I still made profit off it. So if you guys want to close it now manually if you want to, or if you want to move your stop loss and profit, one or the or. I already give you guys a heads up. I'm already out of the position. So if you guys want to close out of it or move stop loss and profit, it's up to you. But we'll see where it goes from here. It's just in a weird area because price is still kind of ranging around here. So that's why, I'm being a little more careful. The thing is, it's overextended as well. So one thing that you want to keep in mind is that prices dropped super heavy since open. So you want to be careful for the possible reversal here. Yeah, so market open right here. It's dropped already 2,000, almost 2,500 pips. So it's dropped super, super heavily. And you can see right here that the market's starting to move a little funny. So I'll take a screenshot of my profits. Thankfully, that win right there brought my my MFF back in profit. Stupid MFF. But yeah, I mean, the market's starting to move kind of funny. It's in this range right here. It's not a good time to enter trades because of the range. Typically, you want to trade when the market is not ranging like this. But we'll see. Maybe I'll double dip back in at some point. So hopefully you guys followed my directions and you guys moved your stop loss and profit or pulled out because you can see where the price is right now. This is kind of what I was worried about. Not to say that price isn't going to come down and hit full TP. It's just you're going to get a lot of this weird movement until it gets to that point, right? And I don't need that unnecessary stress right now, especially with MFF kind of screwing me over. So my FTMOs are both good. Locked in some good profit on both of those. But I'm going to set it out. I'm not going to double dip into this trade. Pretty satisfied with my profit so far. All right, so all my MFF accounts are back in profit, thank God. Or else I'd have been pretty upset today. Because it's so weird when you see all of your other accounts. Well, you know that you should be in profit, and then you have these accounts that like go into negative, but it's out of your control. So let's see. Marlon said, "Hey Sean, do you anticipate that top liquidity to get hit at some point?" Oh, all the way at the top? Probably not by today. or I don't know, maybe at mid-market reversal possibly, but I don't think it's gonna push up that high because if you measure it, that's a really big push up. Unless like something happens today that causes price to push up. Let me see if there's any other news today. No, there isn't. So if you're talking about this liquidity up here, I don't really think so. This level here possibly, and this level right here possibly as well. But you know, I wouldn't consider this liquidity. I just call this a high. So I think these highs could probably get tested at some point. But this area up here, like the liquidity, I think this is what you're referring to. I don't think this will get hit by today. It's a really big push. If you measure it from where price currently is to there, that's like it's over a 3,000 pip move. So 3,390 pips. It's a really, really big push from that point. Also, we have news coming up in 35 minutes. Yeah, thanks, Kodi. I think it's light impact news though. Right here, natural gas storage. Yeah, it's light impact, so I don't really expect it to affect it too much. So guys, here's a V3. This is why I moved the stop loss and profit to pull out. You guys can see here, if I was still in this position right here, I'd be so stressed out because price is just ranging. It's going back and forth between this area. So hopefully you guys pulled out of this position, or you guys moved your stop loss and profit, because I already kind of anticipated this to happen due to the fact that price was in a range. I'm just going to take this off right here so you guys don't think that we're still in the position. The range is going to be between this high and this low right here. Right, so price is just ranging. It's going sideways. It's going to squeeze a bit tighter, and then when it squeezes, it's either going to break out to the upside or it's going to break out to the downside. So let me send in my profits real quick to show you guys what I locked in so far. Same. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said 69 long or 59 long, stopped out the retail buyers, might see a push up to lure in more, then drop back down. Exactly. That's what I see too. You guys kind of got to put yourself in the situation of like other traders, right? If you see price pushing up like this, what do you think? People are going to start buying, right? And then it'll just on the pattern played out right here. Damn, I missed it. Yeah, so that pattern that I was telling you guys about when it rejects the wick rejection off the high there, and it pushed down at least 100 pips, so it would have hit TP, but it's all that I missed it. I'm gonna send in my profits real quick for that V3. All right, so here are my profits right here, guys. For that V3 that I took, I moved my stop loss and profit right here. I locked in a total of 1,990 off this account. This is my main account right here. Here is my my copier. I locked in 2,190. Here is my MFF. Thank God it like worked out in my favor this time. I locked in 1,960, brought my account back into profit. My second MFF, 1,940, some slippage there, back into profit as well. And then my third account MFF, 1,940 as well. So it looks like the slippage, well, whatever issue that was happening before is kind of remedied because it's now working, right? So looking over here at my main account, I made 1,990. This is what the profit was supposed to look like. And you can see here that the profits here for MFF are now lining up. So this first trade here was just an outlier. It doesn't happen every time. So that's a good sign because I was starting to get pissed off that MFF was having issues, but now I can see that it's kind of back to normal. So the profits here are fine. But yeah, other than that, if you guys have more profits to send in, feel free to post them up. But this is what my accounts are looking like now. I'm just happy that it's a net positive because I hate seeing red on my chart. I mean, on my profits, because I never really see this too often. So when I do see red on my screen, it always kind of messes with my head because I'm not used to seeing losses. You know, at all. So right here we have a quick profit. Let's see, another quick profit off that partial. US30 V3 scalp live. Just so that you guys know what trade those wins came from. I know a lot of guys sometimes are wondering, like, you know, what trade did you take? So whenever I take a trade like this, I try to put down the the strategy that I applied so that you guys can go back and review it. So there goes my profits here. I'm glad that I'm back in profit. It's a huge relief on my end. So let me just post this up real quick and I'll take a look at everyone's profits from there. All right, solid. So it looks good. Let's see the profits that everyone else locked in here. So Kenny over here sent in his profits. Kuaku over here as well. So Kuaku over here said that he caught the V3 for some profits, been on NAS for the longest. So my stop loss TP on the Dow are definitely different. One time lesson learned. So right here, he locked in a nice profit of 147 for the day. Nice work, Kuaku. Great work for your first day here on the Zoom. Kenny over here as well. Kenny locked in a total profit of 1,491. Nice work, Kenny. Then we got Scotty over here locked in a total of 445. Nice work, Scotty. And you guys saw my profits. I'm up 3,580 off this account, 2,980 off this account, 500 off this account, 600 off this account, and 600 off the other account as well. 620 off this one. Peter as well. Nice work, Peter. All wins, no losses. Straight for sells right here. As you guys can see, we have the sell bias. Peter took the sells. Straight wins, no losses. Total profit of 1,561. This is the power of trading with bias, guys. This is why it's really important that you guys wait for the bias, because you guys can literally take sells and not really worry about it too much, at all. Kenny over here as well. So Dimitro over here. Nice work, Dimitro. Dimitro over here sent in his profits as well. 2 sells over here, all wins, no losses. Total profit of 1,325. So great work right there, Dimitro. We got some more profits down here. Kenny currently at 1,491. We got Maddie over here. Maddie sent in his profits as well. He said bias is king. Yeah, 100%. So I got to wait for that bias. Maddie said could have taken more entries because they all hit my full TP, but I don't want to trade more, to be honest. He hit his daily goal, sticking to 2 to 3 trades, and that's key, guys, so you guys don't get greedy. Maddie's goal over here was 1,000, 2 or 3 trades, total profit of 1,040 off this account. Nice work, Maddie. And then his second account up 1,785. Nice, guys, killing it. Jonathan over here said he woke up late, missed the breakout, but always another trade that comes up. He took the V3 over here, 2 trades back to back, locking a total profit of 687 for the day. Nice work, Jonathan. Not bad for a late profit. Charles over here as well. Charles in a total profit of 442. Nice work, Charles. All right, guys, solid, man. You guys are doing good. So keep it up. If you guys have more profits to send in, feel free to post them up. Otherwise, we'll keep looking for any more possible entries here. Price is now retracing currently. See where it goes from here. This is fine because we do want the retracement to happen. So this is perfectly fine. Looks like the high is getting pushed up a little higher. We'll see how far it pushes up. So yeah, there was a pending V3 there. I saw that too, Charles. And then it just pushed up even higher. So it just invalidated that high, created a new high, and no longer any room for V3 right now. So another V3 setting up right here, possibly. Probably not, but possibly. Yeah, we'll see where it goes from here. And it's also at news price. So even if you have V3 here, I wouldn't take it, because it's right at news price. Red flags over here, something to keep in mind. Kurt, I don't know if you're in the live still, but if you are on the live, I recommend you write this down, the red flags, right? Because you keep taking trades where the red flags are. And I know you're getting lucky and hitting them sometimes, but these are trades that you should definitely be avoiding. So I'm not sure if you're still on this live, Kurt, but if you are, you should definitely try and write down this right here, or take a screenshot, and then, stick this on your computer somewhere. Because this is one thing that you don't take into consideration. I noticed this with a lot of your trades. You take a lot of trades where they're at areas where you shouldn't be trading. But I mean, if you want to trade, feel free. This is just what I avoid. So if you want to have high quality trades with high consistency, then I would personally recommend that you follow the red flags there as well. You know, if you want to be trading the same way I do for the most part. So this V3 right here is too small. It wouldn't satisfy the requirements because you would need at least 300 pips. Also, the red flag here would be news price. So a couple of things here why not to enter, you know, certain trades at this point. For one, there's no actual valid entry because the stop loss is too tight, and for two, the price is right next to news price. So see where this goes from here. Nice work, Kenny. Kenny said I've hit my profit target. Nice, Kenny. So if you keep doing that, I think you've hit your profit target every day this week. If you keep hitting that, Kenny, you should be passing you should get funded by like the next week or two. So nice work right there. Scotty said V3 on the 5-minute. Yeah, possibly. It's gonna have to be at least. So we need at least a 500 pip stop loss in order for it to satisfy. So we'll see that if that ends up closing there. I don't think it will though, but we'll see. All right, the high here just got pushed up a bit higher. All right, so you guys can see the range here, right? The range is now getting established. The range is right here. This is the high and this is the low. So price is pretty much just going sideways between these 2 points right here. This high and this low. We'll see where it ends up pushing from there. Hopefully it just continues ranging and then it gets tighter as it prepares for a breakout. If it keeps pushing up higher, guys, that's completely fine. You know, I'll let it push up higher. But I'm going to wait because we do have news coming up shortly. Let's see what else I got over here. I just saw your message, Kip and Casey in the in the group. You know, if you guys are wondering how to mute people on Telegram, because I know sometimes people send a lot of messages, you just need to right click on their box and then click mute, and then it'll mute the person. So you'll get notifications if they keep messaging you. Just an FYI if you guys are wondering. Because I know sometimes people do message a lot and you're like trying to focus on your trading. I just saw that message in there. All right, so let's see. There's a possible V3 right here, but again, it's at news, guys, so I wouldn't be taking the trade. Off the 1 minute, the 5-minute looks like there's no longer a V3 there. So no V3 off the 5. Looks like price is kind of just trying to find its way as it continues to push up higher. Let me see if I'm missing anything over here real quick. Yeah, this looks like a reversal pattern playing out right here. So if this V3 here, that is a V3, not one that I would take, but it is a V3. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back down. I don't know how far it'll come back down, but possibly. So technically a possible V3 right there, but I wouldn't take it due to the red flag that it was at news. So unfortunately, that would have been a nice V3, but as I mentioned, red flags, prices at news. Mace said a 3-minute buy valid against the biases. Suppose ignore me having brain farts. No, it's fine. It's good to have ideas, Mace. Like, you know, even though, yes, you're correct, it's against the bias, I would not take it. However, I don't see a buy entry here. We have a buy signal here, but I don't see a buy entry specifically. I'm not sure which buy you're looking for, but I don't see any buy entry specifically. But yeah, no, it's fine. You know, it's fine to question if there's a trade or not, because that's the only way you'll learn, right? You got to catch yourself making mistakes or misidentifying things, and then if I correct you, that'll help you understand it a lot better. But I don't see any buys here on the 3-minute. I do see a buy signal, but no specific buy. There's no strategy indicating the buy here. The buy actually happened down here though. So there was a V1 right there. So yeah, if you're talking about this like a while back, yes, that would have been a buy, but I don't see anything right here anytime recently. There you go with that V3, still pushing down, not in the position, but would have been nice. Yeah, Mace said, thanks, Sean. I'm always learning of you. Been trading for some time, but I learned so much from your methods. Yeah, no, definitely, Mace. And I'm glad, you know, it's a good refresher to learn other ways of trading, because everyone does trade the same way, and we trade quite differently here at K2. There's a V3 right there, guys. If you guys took it, great work. It was a risky trade because it was at news price, but if you guys did take it, full TP off that V3. So if you guys took it, great. If not, it's okay. I didn't take the trade myself. I like to be safer. You know, I'm happy with my profits for the day so far, so I'm not looking to really force anything at the moment. So I'm just coasting right now, guys. I'm waiting for something good to come up. I actually want this to come back down. That'd be nice if it comes back down and continues the direction. Yeah, pivot scalp right there, Kodi. Not one that I would take though, because price is in range. You know, I might have to add that to the red flags here. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now. Because I don't really tell people about this, but I mean, it's something that should be kept in mind just in case. Because the range is like, when price is ranging, the problem with taking a pivot scalp, like you mentioned right there, it is a pivot scalp though, Kodi. To take a trade like that, you might get caught in, you know, a big retracement, which can possibly hit your stop loss. So I wouldn't take it, but yeah, you did identify that as a proper pivot scalp. I'll probably make a video for these red flags. I don't think there's a video for this yet, but it's something to keep in mind. It's also really close to news price. We have news price right here at 7:30 in about 7 minutes. I typically don't like taking trades like 10 minutes before news, because you start to see this weird movement here. Looks like it's trying to lure in some more buyers before it comes, you know, crashing right back down. Nice work, Kurt. Kurt said TP hit off 5-minute, 300 pit smacked. Whenever I see smacked, I think of Charles. So now that you're saying smack, Kurt, I always think it's Charles saying it. But yeah, no, great work, Kurt. Glad to see that you're still locking in some pretty solid profit. I'm not sure what strategies you're applying or what you're taking, but I'm glad to see that you're still locking in some pretty solid profits. Just keep in mind that you have to have some sort of strategy, right, Kurt? Don't just take random trades, because while you are hitting trades now, you know, a lot of that stuff may be luck. Because the bias is so strong for a sell, it's easy to just take sells and win. That's why I was telling you guys, like, when you guys wait for a strong bias, even if you take an accidental trade or you take a mistaken trade for a sell, odds are it's probably going to hit if your stop loss is wide enough for it to, in order for you to like survive a trade. Yeah, Jonathan said learning when not to trade is a big factor in trade psychology. Yeah, and I agree too, Jonathan, 100%. Yeah, some more profits right here from Kevin. So Kevin over here made some heavy profits right here. All wins right here. Looks like he was taking buys. So he's probably taking a retracement. This is like super risky though. So I'm glad to see that Kevin is hitting these profits, but I mean, I can't stomach that right there. Because the thing is, I'm basically just waiting for it to come back down. And Kevin's basically catching the balances, which is fine. You guys can see here that there are some entries here for some buys. Like for example, this one that I mentioned earlier, right? This was a V1 right here. It's yeah, Maddie said I would not be able to handle that mentally. Yeah, I know, me too. But you know, everyone has different trade psychology. Some people can handle that. They can take the quick moves in the opposite direction, while others can't. So Kevin can do it, which is great. And as long as he can stay consistent, that's all that matters. I don't bash anybody's strategy. Everyone has a different type of strategy. Everyone takes different risks. It's really up to you. If you guys can handle it and you guys know what you're doing, then great. For me personally, I just stick to what I'm comfortable with. Yeah, no, definitely. Kevin said those are quick moves, and I do it all the time. Yeah, and I can see it too, Kevin. If you can catch, like, because I know you look at price action sometimes, if you can catch the possible, any possible bounce or reversal or anything like that. Like for this right here, how Kurt was taking all the, I mean, not Kurt, Kevin was taking those buys. So I'll just replay this real quick. This is something that I used to do. I don't recommend you guys do this, but I'm just going to show you a strategy that I used to do where I would trade opposite. So you see right here how this V1 came up. And I'll give you guys these little nuggets here and there. See how price came up and then retraced off the pivot? When it would bounce off the pivot, I would take a quick buy right there for like 100 pips or so. This is a very, very advanced way of trading. So I don't recommend anyone do it unless you're really good at what you're doing. So like, for example, right there, that's 100 pips. That's probably one of the trades that Kurt took there. I mean, not Kurt, I keep calling you Kurt, Kevin. That's probably one of the trades that Kevin took there. And then look at the next time that it happened. So right here, no, it didn't reject off the pivot. Actually, it did. Rejected off the yellow pivot. So I do the same thing. I just have a bunch of buys right there. Right there again, another rejection off the pivot, another buy right there. You can see how these 100 pips get hit easily, right? You can just hit buy, buy, buy. Another one right there. So that's like 4 or 5 trades right there you could have taken. That's how Kevin locked in like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like over 10 trades, because you can see how many times it bounces off the pivots. Again, right there, another one. Another one right there. And this is one way that I used to trade before. I can't do this on the live with you guys because, when you guys will get greedy and you guys will start blowing accounts if I do this on the live. So I don't trade like that anymore. It's a very risky way of trading. But it's highly profitable if you do it properly. But now I'm looking for quality trades. Like here on the live sessions, guys, I'm trying to give you guys quality trades. I'm not trying to give you guys anything risky. I only want to show you guys things that are almost guaranteed to hit. So it's super risky to Kurt said my strategy today was doing the opposite of Steven. Steven does well, I mean, if Steven took a breakout today, he would have hit his full TP. Steven's taking a break right now. He's taking a mental break, so he's not, I don't think he's here on the live, but he'll be back shortly. He's just obviously taking his mental break at the moment. Hey Maddie, that thing over here hit again. Yeah, actually no, it didn't establish the high yet. Okay, so you guys can see here that price is now starting to squeeze, right? This is exactly what we were looking for. So price is now starting to squeeze. You guys can see the range is getting tighter and tighter. So this range right here is super tight. What do you expect when the price starts to squeeze like this? A breakout, right? So a breakout to the upside, breakout to the downside. Where am I thinking price is going to go? Downside. Or where I want it to go, downside, because it's going to be in the direction of the bias. So as price starts to squeeze like this, just expect some sort of breakout. And you can see this as well, like how Mace mentioned pivot squeezing. So guys, check out when these pivots are squeezing like this right here, right? See how the pivots start to squeeze? Breakout. See how the pivots start to squeeze right here? Breakout, right? So whenever price squeezes like that, it's just a matter of time until price breaks out, breakout, breakout, squeeze, breakout, right? So just keep that in mind, guys. Like everything here that I'm kind of explaining to you and teaching you, they all kind of align at some point. All the theories, all the strategies, all the indicators, everything ties in together where you can anticipate where a move is likely to happen next. So right here, price starting to break out of this range. So as I mentioned, price was going sideways, and then now it's going to break out either to the top side or to the downside. I don't think this here is going to be a clear breakout yet. You can see that it's faking out a little bit right here. So I'd be very careful chasing any of these moves here. So liquidity here got hit. That's fine. That's something we would have been waiting for anyways. So if you guys took this liquidity push, quick 100 pips right there. Take that off. This high just got pushed up a little higher. Now price is now ranging between these areas here. Let's see if this high gets pushed up higher or if it comes back down. But currently price is now just ranging down here. News just came out as well. I'm going to mark up news price. Thanks, Peter, for that. I totally forgot there was news. I'm going to clean that up. All right, guys. So news was negative. Price still pushed up right here. Obviously, you can see this may be manipulation, which is perfectly fine before it makes its way right back down to the downside. So I won't be surprised if it comes back below. This is going to be the key target area right here. If price comes back below this point, news price, so this bottom pink line is news price. If price comes back below here, I think price is going to continue dropping because this push right here was based off, the news is just manipulated push. And then I expect it to possibly come back down further. If it comes down below here, this is the threshold. If it doesn't, great, it's fine. We're going to keep following it, but I think eventually price will make its way back down. I'm just not looking to take any buys right now. Let's take a look at the sentiment real quick. Sentiment is currently 60% long. So it looks like they are stacking up more buyers right here, which is fine. They're just stacking up some buyers right here. And then when there's enough buyers right there, they're just going to dump price right back down. Looking over at the fundamentals, they're currently down 462 points, 456 points, still down a lot. Looking at the heat map over here, it's all red. There's like one green stock here, Travelers. It's up less than a point. But I do see it coming right back down. So we'll see where that goes. Other than that, it's not really much for us to take right now. It looks like price may be coming back up to retest the opening price before coming back down. But no guarantee for that yet. Let's see where I'm at. Jay over here just sent in his profits. Jay the barber locked in a total profit of about 700 for the day. Nice work, Jay. Jay said, woke up late, but we good. Definitely, bro. So nice work right there. Charles over here said, hit my TP, no green strip, but I guess slippage or something. So Charles over here locked in a total profit of 679. Nice work, Charles. Yeah, guys, consistency. That's really what it is. Other than that, I think that's it for right now. Let's see, we got a new high right there. I don't think there's any other news today. Yeah, Kurt said the 10-minute daily pending, but it's a buy. Well, it hasn't closed yet, Kurt, so it's still got a long time. It's got about 5 minutes left on this candle. A lot can happen in 5 minutes, so this can easily just shift back down from that point, but we'll see. Either way, I wouldn't take it for a buy. I mean, you can see how strong the trend is down here. Price is below the pivots, trend meter is red. It might just come up, reject off the pivot right here, and then make its way back to the downside. John said 3-minute daily hit TP after 49 points in drawdown. Yeah, so it was a buy right here as well for the 3-minute. Looks like it got really close to the stop loss. It got so close right there before it swung back up to TP. There is a V1 right here. I'm not going to take it though. I'm going to wait because price is still kind of it's still retracing up a little bit. Also the other, I mean, so all the other requirements work, but the technicals here don't align. So what I mean by that is that, so looking at the overall bias here, typically I want everything to line up. Even though it's probably going to hit, I would consider it a bit of a riskier trade. So the V1 right there looks like it's almost going to hit. So confirming the overall bias, we do have a sell for retail sentiment. Fundamental bias is a sell as well. The last thing here, the technical bias. This is where it makes it a bit iffy because price is above the pivots, trend meter is green. Typically, if price was continuing to drop, then yeah, I would take it. But right now, price is still retracing up. So that's why I'm kind of worried that it's not done pushing to the upside. But you are right. You are right, Kill. This is a V1. It's just a risky V1 because price is still in this retracement. So even though the overall bias is a sell, the short-term bias right now is currently a buy. And short-term by means of the trend or just the technical bias here, right? So for me personally, if I wanted to take something here, I'd probably wait for something bigger like the V3. The V2 and the V1, they could possibly hit, but it's going to be a bit risky. Because price is still trending up, right? This is a short-term bias. You can see right there how messy this entry would have looked like. I mean, I probably would have been pissed because I would have been like in some drawdown right now if I took this trade. This is what I talked about being smart about these trades. I know I don't really cover this very much, you know, when not to take trades when prices like retracing like this, but it should make sense. So like whenever you guys are looking at the overall bias, just always try to make sure to check all of them because this is what will give you the red flag with regard. This is what will give you the red flag with regard to taking trades that are in retracement, right? Because the thing is, so you can't really see it too much here on the 1 minute, but if you go on the higher time frames, you guys can see that these are huge candles that drop down to the bottom. So you can see it here on the 10-minute actually. So if you guys remember what I mentioned before, whenever you guys see a big candle like this, right? What happens when you guys see a big candle like this? Typically, you'll see price retrace up halfway or the full candle. So the body right there is about 163 points. So 163 divided by 2, halfway points would be 81. Or 83. So this is half the candle. This is the full candle, right? Basically, price will just retrace to either the halfway mark or the full mark before making its way down further. So if we go forward a little bit, you guys can see where price is currently at, right? It's at this 83 mark right here. So it's not a coincidence that it's happening. It's just typically when you see a big candle like that, price will retrace up before making its way back down. So you can't really see it too much here on the 1 minute, but if you go on the higher time frame, you can see it there. And the V1 would have hit full TP. So you identify that perfectly fine, Akil. It's just, it was risky, right? That's why I wouldn't have taken it, but it did hit full TP. So depending on your risk appetite, you guys know how I trade. I don't like taking trades that are risky, even though I do think they're going to hit. I don't like taking trades that are too risky because for one, this is a negative risk to reward. So if you have a loss here, it's going to set you back like 3 trades. That's why you want to be very careful. If you're taking a V3, then you have a 1-to-1, right? So this is okay. If you take a loss on something like this, it's fine. You'll make it back on the next trade. But if you're taking a V1 or a V2, you want to be a lot more careful with taking these because you have a negative risk to reward. Yep. Full TP off that. Also full TP off this move right here. Yeah, this wouldn't be a pivot right here, Vince. Yeah. Thanks, Tony, for confirming that. It would need to be below pivots 3 and 4 over here for it to be a pivot scalp. So no pivot, but a V1, yes, you guys are correct. That right there. I know Vince got excited right there, right? It's okay. I know people get excited when you see the momentum signal because it always looks like a pivot, but you know, sometimes you kind of forget the pivots are like way up here or way below here, depending on which direction you're trading. Other than that, yeah, Kevin said, I'm done with buys. This push up is a perfect setup for sells when it drops. Yeah, and I agree too, Kevin. So price is now entering a range right here. Again, this is like an area where you don't really want to be trading. It's also getting close to the news right here below as well. So I'll just delete this for now. Yeah, there's a V3 right here running on the 5 minute. See if I can maybe catch this for a partial move or something like that. Or maybe like a quick little speculative sell in the direction of the trade. Let's see if I can find it here. You know, quick 100 pips would be cool. It is getting close to news price though. So I might have to not take it. Yeah, Maddie said it's at 5 minute demand. I think price will shoot up, but it's a risky area to trade. And I agree with you, Maddie. See how far is it from here? Enough for me to pull out partial, maybe. Let's see. No, it's a bit of a risky area. Let's see if I can probably catch this for a little push here. No. I'm tempted, but no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait right now because this thing is just moving around too crazy. It's getting close to the news price right there. The 5 minute though, it's got a lot of leeway. Yeah, Maddie said still needs a retracement. 10-year sessions. I'm gonna log off before I get FOMO. Yeah, probably best decision for that, Maddie. Especially if you're you know, you're seeing the market move like this. Yeah, definitely. Akil said gonna call it. See you tomorrow, Sean. Definitely Akil. It's probably a good time for a lot of people to get off, especially because the market is moving kind of weird now. I do think price is going to continue dropping, but it is moving a bit weird, to say the very least. As we do get close to 8, you know, typically that's going to be, let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 9, 10, 11. It's getting close to like lunchtime Eastern. So at that time, you know, that's why the market starts to move a little funky. Let's see, Jonathan said, I don't see the market doing much in the next 15 minutes before we log off. Same here. Yeah, Vince said the same thing, Sean, definitely. No problem, guys. Yeah, if you guys are done for the day, go ahead and call it a day, wrap it up for tomorrow, and we'll be back here tomorrow morning. So if you guys have any questions right now, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. I can answer whatever questions you guys have before we log off, but it is getting close to 8, which is my cutoff time for trading. So it's 7:44 right now. And as you guys can see, it's just a risky area to be trading. I know a lot of you guys are probably tempted to enter sells right now, but it is right next to news price. That's why you guys want to be very careful about whatever trades you guys do decide to take. Yeah, so definitely we'll see you tomorrow, Jonathan. See you tomorrow, Vince. See you tomorrow, Ruin. See if there's anything else here. It's really close to news price. Anything else I'm missing? Yeah, Biden is also going to be speaking soon as well, guys. So just keep that in mind. Biden is speaking soon. Where's the link? I think Kenny sent me the link earlier. Let's chat with Kenny. Yeah, Kenny did send me the link for this right here. So yeah, Biden is to hold news conference at NATO summit, which or actually it already happened. I think it's done already. I don't know if he's still speaking out or no, it's done. This is from earlier. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, this is not a good area to trade. It's right next to the news price, as we mentioned earlier. So you guys want to be careful with any entries that you guys do decide to take, or if you guys start to maybe FOMO into something here. But yeah, other than that, I think that's it for right now. Let's see if there's anything right here. All right, Patricia, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, David. Yeah, he spoke earlier. Alexander said, good, lock in good profits. Thank you, Sean. Definitely. Alexander, we'll see you tomorrow. Kwaku said, profit target hit. Good work today, guys. Thanks, Sean. Definitely. We'll see you tomorrow, Kwaku. And I think that's it, guys. All right. So if you guys have questions, feel free to email me or message me on Telegram. I'm going to wrap it up as well. I don't want to FOMO into any of these trades here. I do see some trades that I might want to take if I stay on this live. So I think I'm just going to wrap it up for the day as well and just call it a day. Did well for my profits today, so I'm going to wrap it up. So let's see, Kenny or Kurt over here actually sending his profits, locked in a total profit of 145. Nice work, Kurt. And then Surin locked in a nice profit of 1,006 for the day. So great work right there, Surin. All right. So other than that, guys, have a great rest of your morning. If you guys don't need to trade, I recommend just sitting out the rest of the market until tomorrow. Same place, same time tomorrow. And we'll be right back here to close out the week strong. So see you guys then, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning.